Let me tell y'all something. I know you may not want to read the Word of God, and I know you may not believe in God, but I'm going to tell you this. Believing in God and reading His Word is very nutritious for your mind, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physiologically, because it gives you wisdom in how to navigate in life. Because, okay, here, if even you don't believe, just reading that word, there is a spiritual breakthrough that is going to bring revelation to you that's going to connect you to God anyways. And then you will find yourself overwhelmed with deliverance and connection to the God you once said doesn't exist. This book is a book of wisdom. It's food for the spirit, physiologically, mentally, emotionally, everything. It gives you discernment. It gives you peace. It gives you understanding, clarity. My mama told me to read the book of Mark. I read. Maybe not every day, but thank God for His grace. I still open it and read. And this morning, as I'm reading Mark chapter 4, all the way to the end, verse 39, 40, 41, Jesus was in the boat with His disciples, and He fell asleep. When He fell asleep, the wind started to rage. The waves started to go higher and higher, started to fill the boat. And His disciples rushed to Him, said, Master, Master, are you going to allow us to die? The water is filling the boat. You got to wake up. When Jesus woke up, I paraphrase it, yes, but when Jesus woke up, He said to the sea and the wind, peace, be still. And the seas, the wind, everything went calm. Now that's a God that can move mountains in our lives. Okay? That's a God that can heal you from any and everything. This is the same God that rose Lazarus from the dead after 4 days of being dead. This is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. This is the Creator. This is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Even this wind and the seas, yes, obeys His will. And then He told His disciples, don't you have faith? Because faith can go a long way. That's why Jesus described faith as the size of a mustard seed. He said a mustard seed, you see, is the smallest seed. It's the less of them all that gets placed into the earth. But when a mustard seed sprouts, out of a mustard seed comes the biggest tree with so many branches. It casts such a huge shade that even the fowls of the air seek shade under that tree. So when I listen to the description of what kind of harvest comes out of a mustard seed, it makes me to want to have just a little bit of faith as a mustard seed. Because that little bit of faith of a mustard seed can cover you in such a way that you never imagine. All the branches, the shades, it's a parable, right? But just the size of faith, of the size of a mustard seed, is all we need. And we'll be covered in every way, shape, and form. Just read the Bible. If even you don't believe in God, just read the Bible. But if you read with a carnal mind, just to have a knowledge to be more blasphemous, you're not doing yourself a favor. Because blaspheming is a sin that cannot be forgiven. You want to read the word. Say, God, if even I've doubted your existence, Show me who you are as I read your word. I decrease so that you may increase. I cast out all my doubts and fears so that you can take your place right here, right now, as I read your word. Because it's not by power or by might that God moves in our lives. He don't need your help, nobody's help. That word and your faith that he will move when you trust him, when you have a little faith and trust in him, that when you read the word, he will reveal himself. He will do just that.